What's up, everybody? It's Nick Shabazz, man, aka Mr. Be Prepared, Not Scared. So, as you see the title, traditional thinking gets you traditional results. So we just gonna jump right in. We gonna break down some stuff, man, and hopefully this video will help you out a little bit. So, what I mean by traditional thinking gets you traditional results is when you were younger, before you even start working, and then when you got your first job, whether it was a summer job or whatever the case may be, right? Your mother, your grandmother, whoever it was, may have told you, yeah, baby, soon as you get your job, you get a bank account, put your money in the bank. And it worked back for them back in the generation, like 2, 3, 4, 5 generations. But for us, when interest rates was a little better and stuff was a little better, banks was giving you more money for the money you was putting in the banks, right? So, like now, it doesn't work as it's not as powerful as it was back then, right? So the traditional thinking gets you traditional results. That's just basically saying like, okay, if you work, put your money in the bank, get the interest off the money or whatever, however you plan on accumulating that stuff, or get a retirement account, or however you were taught before you even really broke down certain stuff. So what we gonna do is something called the Rule of 72. So the Rule of 72 is basically take 72 divided by the interest rate, and then whatever that answer is, that lets you know how many years it'll take for your money to double, right? So we using the bank. With traditional banking, you got 1%, right? Or less than 1%. So we got 72 divided by 1. Okay, that's 72. So for every dollar you put in the bank, right, it's going to take you 72 years for that dollar to double, or whatever amount you put there, it's going to take you 72 years for that dollar amount to double, right? So just say we got something like that'll get you, we'll say a guaranteed 4%. That's more than the banks, right? And then most CDs, if you go to a credit union or stuff like that, most of them are 3 years, right? So 3%. I'm sorry, not 3 years, but 3%. So we're gonna use something that's at 4%, right? So, and that's a guaranteed 4%. So I'm gonna use my calculator for some of this stuff, but I can just figure this one out. So 72 divided by that 4% is 18, right? So this one already is outperforming the traditional thinking of a bank account. This one will take you 18 years to double your money as opposed to the whole 72 years. Now, this is a safer option as opposed to like the stock market that may be at 18%, and then that 18% every maybe, let me see. So you got 72, and just say 72 divided by 18, right? That's 4 years. So that's why, like, every 4 years your money will double, but that's depending on if the stock market is performing at that 18% and all that stuff. There's some other little inner stuff that has to happen for you to get there, right? So with this being said, right, I'm saying the Rule of 72, really learn that. So like most people, when you talk to them about just say, like for instance, that 4%, that represented a life insurance product, right? So when you talk to some people about life insurance, they'll just look at it as one thing. Oh, it's just life insurance is just made for when I die or when I pass, I can only use it. No. If you think of it as like an investment or an investment vehicle, right? You got 18 years for it, but then in the middle of that, you can still do other things that could kind of speed up that 18 years depending on how you set it up and depending on what your need is, right? And not only is that on your needs, right? It's based on your family needs. So another thing that you got to think about too, when you think about the traditional savings, the traditional thinking, and the traditional results, right? most people when they retire, they don't have enough money in whatever they got, a bank account, a 401k. They don't have enough money to keep them sustained, right? Or to pay their bills. So that's when you see them, they have to go out and work other jobs to add to that. But not only that, think about the added stuff that may come from that you probably don't even think about when it comes to, life insurance or life insurance products. So don't look at it like life insurance. Look at it as like kind of getting out of the traditional way of thinking, right? So if you get out of the traditional way of thinking, and this is something else, right? And I'm gonna put something on the board, and I got my notes. So excuse me while I look at my phone, because I got my notes in my phone, just to make sure you get this, man, because this is really like something to think about, right? So not only do you got when you're in debt or you owe money or you don't have enough money, not only is that a mathematical problem, but it's also a health problem as well, right? So when you do stuff like that, you add certain things to you. So that's debt if you can't see it, right? So I wrote the word debt. So you got and I'm gonna write it, and I'm gonna explain that I write everything that I need to write, right? Excuse me for showing y'all my back. All right, so in my notes, compliments of a good friend of mine, Anthony Stewart. So in my notes, I got different types of health concerns that come from you being in debt or you not having enough money to sustain or not making enough money to do certain things that you want to do to have a better life, i.e. the good life, right? So I put significant stress, I put depression, I put anxiety, weight loss or weight gain, I put strained relationship or divorce, insomnia, substance abuse, and heart disease. So just a little history of some of the stuff, right? So with heart disease is the number one killer in African American women right now. And I'm not saying that debt or not having enough money is the only way to get it, but stress adds to it. And when you think about certain stuff, right? Sometimes that stress does more than what you think it does, right? So with that stress doing more than you think it does, the heart disease comes from, added stress or whatever it might be happening to you, right? Substance abuse, when you're not making enough money, or you're depressed about something. Substance abuse and depression kind of go hand in hand. When you're not making enough money or you don't got enough money to just say, pay your bills, or it seems like you stuck in the rat race. You might end up drinking or taking some pills or just to get away from your reality, right? But being in debt or not making enough money doesn't have to be your reality. It depends on who you talk to and what you know and what they know that can help you. You know what I mean? So I hope that these videos is helping y'all, right? And normally I do this part on Tuesdays, but I just felt like I had to say it, man. So it's pressing on me, right? So with all of this stuff, right? I feel like, and I don't really get into a lot of the color stuff, right? So I don't get into the black and the white and all of that stuff, right? But I mean, if you pay attention, right? Most black people, a lot of black people are maybe in a city, maybe don't know how money works, or the importance of doing other things to set up other like the following generations and stuff like that. So that's like one of the biggest problems, you know what I mean? So what I mean is, if we being honest with ourselves, right? Like, unless we had like a rich uncle, a rich aunt, a rich whoever to leave us some money, or to really teach us or educate us about finances and money, we really don't know. So we just do the norm. We do the traditional thing that was passed down from forever, and we really don't look into certain stuff to get us out of that place. And that place has us stuck sometimes. And then with us being stuck, we exist without living. You know what I mean? Like, we're not really living, or we robbing Peter to pay Paul. What if we change that narrative, man? We be prepared, not scared for the future. Be prepared, not scared for us right now, man. So a lot of this stuff, man, it kind of get to me when we just don't know, and it's like that's okay with us. Like, man, it's not cool to have certain health conditions or whatever because your money is not building up fast enough, or you don't have enough money to do certain things, or it's not enough stores that's close to you that gives you a healthier option. You know what I mean? So in order to have that healthier option, man, we gotta self-educate ourselves. So I do these videos, man, and I hope that it helped all of us, to break cycles and stuff like that. So just saying, for instance, man, so if you take out a $500,000 policy, $250,000 policy, $1 million policy, now you're going to see the benefits from, because it also has living benefits in it. You understand what I'm saying? It got living benefits in it. So you're going to see the benefits of it when you're alive. But that same money can be for your grandkids or your niece or your kids or your nephews, for them to go to college. You got $1 million to start up a real estate company, or start up something else, man, to kind of break this cycle of just being like, oh yeah, well, or this blaming cycle. Oh, we can't do it because we don't know, or they doing this, they doing that. No, forget them. We talk about us. Like us, man. So in order for us to do certain things, we got to support each other, and then we got to self-educate. So I hope I didn't go too far off topic, but I just wanted to put that out there, man. So the stuff that I show, man, is for us to kind of get a better understanding of finances. And if you still confused about anything, or you still got questions about anything, go to the website, www.bepreparednotscared.net. Leave a comment on this video, share this video to somebody that might just want to learn. Just get out that traditional way of thinking, man, and get out that same generational curse of just having enough or not having enough or being broke, and that's cool. That's not cool. We got kids and stuff. We want to give them a better life. We want to give them a good life. So, man, let's get out of this. Let's change our mindset. Once we change our mindset, everything else will fall into place. I promise you that. So I hope that this video touched you, man. I hope this video blessed you, man. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video to anybody and everybody you think that this will help. And if you have any questions, set up a consultation. Just set it up. Just take the first step to set it up, man, to have a different path for your life, man, to set up maybe you and the generation behind you, man, to leave a legacy and not just a bill. So www.bepreparednotscared.net. Y'all be blessed until next Wednesday. See y'all later, man.